Hi, I'm tasting the 2016 vintage of the Gramercy Cellars Syrah from Walla Walla in Washington State. We tasted this wine on Unfiltered podcast as part of an episode about Washington wine, and we had a very special guest on that episode of Drew Bledsoe, the former quarterback, who happens to have a winery in Walla Walla called Doubleback, but we did not taste his wines on this podcast. We tasted Gramercy Cellars, and I will say, if you would like a lesson in geology of Walla Walla, Drew is your resource. He really went into some very, very detailed information about the soils there, the climate, the geology, all of the things that kind of make Walla Walla what it is. So definitely tune in if you want to learn more about that. Walla Walla is an AVA that actually spans parts of both Washington and Oregon. And in Washington, it falls within a larger AVA called Columbia Valley. But Walla Walla specifically is a little bit cooler than much of Columbia Valley AVA because it is nestled beside the Blue Mountains. So it enjoys great sunshine hours where you get lots of ripeness, but then is much cooler at night because of this mountain air that flows through. Now, this was founded in 2005 by a master sommelier named Greg Harrington and his wife, Pam. Greg had been working in Manhattan and decided to leave it all behind and come to Walla Walla to start this winery. Winemaking originally started there in the 1850s. It was a trading post, but then come the end of the gold rush and then prohibition in the United States, and really winemaking was almost obsolete there until around the 1970s when people started to come back and reinvigorate the area. And then since then, as you can tell from Greg and Pam, it's still drawing people back to the region to make beautiful wines, including Syrah, which is what's in our glass. This is 100% Syrah, one of my favorite grape varieties. So very excited to be tasting it with you today. All right, in the glass, I would call this medium ruby. On the nose, I've got a lot of the sort of classic markers for Syrah. There's pepperiness, there's kind of blackberry, game, a little bit of smoke, lavender. There's always so much to talk about for me with Syrah, particularly on the nose. It's almost like I could just keep going on. I'm still finding things, black olive and fennel, and it's just really fascinating. Let's taste it together. So there's a lot of freshness here. Medium-bodied. Tannins are medium. I will say, if you look on the back of this bottle, it's fairly low in alcohol. It's 12.5, which for many white wines is not unusual, but red wines, particularly from the New World, where we get a lot of sunshine and can have more ripeness, it can be harder to achieve wine in this level of ABV or alcohol by volume. So if you are looking for something that is a little bit lower, maybe you want to have a couple glasses instead of just having to have one, you have to function in the morning or whatever, this could be a great option for you. I also love Syrah on the table. Anything that brings out those same types of flavors as I was getting in the glass, that olive note, it's great with olive tapenade. Anything that has that kind of smoky note, so anything with a sear is really great with Syrah. And I think it can really span these two types of red wine drinkers because it has some elements that are Pinot Noir like, but then also has some elements that are more sort of Bordeaux varieties like Cabernet Sauvignon, but it meets in the middle. So if you really want to try a wine that might please both palates, I think this could be your bottle.